Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christina McGuire, and I'm the internship coordinator with Santa Barbara City College. And today I'm joined by Claire Waterhouse, who's the education manager for the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. And she's going to just talk about ways to get involved during the festival. So, Claire, I'm going to let you take it away.
Thank you so much, Christina. And I'm so excited to be here with all of you virtually. And we're just so excited for the festival, and we're thrilled, that SBCC would like to get involved. We look forward to this time of year, and we're already gearing up for the festival. So this is great timing, and we hope a lot of you students are interested in getting involved with the festival. And what I'll talk about today specifically is internships, which is a huge part of the film festival, a really important part. It's a great educational opportunity, and there's so many different ways to get involved. You could also volunteer if you're interested, but today I'll be talking specifically about internship opportunities with the festival. So I'll just tell you a little bit, about the festival in general. SBIFF, Santa Barbara International Film Festival. It is a nonprofit arts and educational organization, and our mission is to engage, enrich, and inspire people through the power of film. Not only is SBIFF reaching our local community, but we're also reaching our national and global communities as well. We're so excited, every year, over the 11 days of each festival, we'll show over 200 films. And not only will we show films, but we'll have tributes, honoring actors. We'll have industry panels with writers, producers, filmmaker Q&As for so many of those 200 films, and a lot of free educational programs and community events. So, and this upcoming year, we're very excited. We're still in the process of announcing a lot of the tributes and honorees, and our programming team is hard at work going through all the films, so that's still underway. But we've been able to announce a couple of our honorees so far, who you'll see here. So we're very, very excited. And the 2024 SBIFF, which is the 39th Santa Barbara International Film Festival, will take place February 7th through 17th of 2024. So it is coming up. And in these months, we're starting to interview applicants. We have so many seasonal staff and departments that come on in these months to help us gear up for the festival. Each department starts at a different time. Certain departments may start during the month before the festival. Some are starting as early as this month. So we've got a lot going on, and we're starting to prepare for that. So that's a little bit about some of our honorees, but there are many more to come. But we're so excited to have all these incredibly talented artists joining us in February. So a little bit about SBIFF internships. We're looking for students who are, dedicated and looking to work in a really fast-paced environment. The festival, in addition to being a nonprofit, we put on huge events, huge, film screenings, tributes. There's so much going on during the festival, so it really takes a big team of people to put this all together. So we're looking for applicants who have good communication skills, writing skills, are able to multitask. We have so many things going on, and also students who are just really dedicated and passionate and are willing to learn and are interested in getting involved. And you don't have to have, an interest in working in production or film specifically. We have so many different areas, whether that's in marketing or hospitality, customer service. There's so many different areas of the film world and the film festival world that you can get involved with outside of film specific. There's a lot of departments that make our festival happen. So those are a few things that we're looking for. Our requirements. So as I mentioned, with the incredible amount of events that take place during the festival, and we have a major team of people, from a production team, all the different seasonal staff. We probably have about 500 to 600 volunteers each festival. In addition to all of our staff, we we'll most likely have between 60 and 70 interns who will help us during the festival, all in different departments. And each department will have a different set of, our production department might have about 8 interns. Our volunteer management department might usually has around 2 or 3. My department in education, I will probably have about 4 interns helping me. So it looks a little different for every department. But there are a few things that are the same just in general for all of our internships. And those are some of our hour requirements. So because it is such a major event and so many events within the big event, we do ask that over those 2 weeks of the festival, that interns are completing 60 hours. That will look a little different for everyone. And of course, we understand you have school, many things going on. So we're really flexible and try to plan ahead of time so that you can make everything work for you. We want to make sure we get everything sorted ahead of time. So because we realize that you all have busy lives and we totally understand that. So we want to make sure that you get the best of the festival and get to experience all you can, because it's a really excellent learning experience to see how an event is put on, how a nonprofit runs. But some of the specifics for the hour requirements, so that 60 hours, that could be very busy weekend days. Some departments might be working more from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then slow down. Some departments may not start until about 2 p.m. and then they might go till 10 p.m. It's really a little different for each department. So we work with each department ahead of time to work out those hours. And it may seem like a lot, but once we split it up over those 2 weeks, the time just flies by, and so let's see. Some departments' working conditions require that interns are 18 of age years or 21 years or older. So that's something to take into consideration as well. We do ask that leading up to the festival that interns are helping, and again, each department may vary. Some departments may have 4 to 6 hours of prep in the weeks leading up, and most of that will be remote work. Some departments may need some in-person work, but it may go up to 10 as well. We see that as we get in the week or two closer to the festival, or right before, it might be about 10 hours a week for all that prep work. So that's a little bit about some of our hour requirements. And you'll see when you go to sbiff.org, if you're interested in learning more about our internships, each department is going to have very specific hours that some may be more specific than others, but for production, they really need interns who have availability in the afternoon through evenings, and specifically weekends as well. So each department's going to have very specific, and you can read about that. PR might need more evening help. It's very different for each department. So we list those on our website, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as we go on. Let's see. So interviews for our internships, as I mentioned, I'm starting to go through that process right now. We host our internship interviews over Zoom. Sometimes we'll have them in person, either at our Chapala office or Education Center downtown, which is where I am now. A lot of our interviews will take place in group settings. So we may have between 3 to 5 applicants at a time in a Zoom interview session. So I will be interviewing as early as this month through January for department placements. So if you have any interest, our website, and I have my email at the end. So if people have questions, we can talk about this as we go a little bit further on. But I will be contacting anybody who's already sent in an application, or if those of you would like to apply, you'll be hearing from me within the next month or so to set up interview times. And then a little bit more specifically about internship departments. So interns will be assigned to departments according to their skills. We try to take into consideration your interests. If there's an area that you're really interested in learning about, or a certain area you're hoping to explore as a potential career, we'd really try to take that into consideration when we're making placements. Again, availability in your own schedules will also play a part in that as well, in each department's specific requirements. But we would, like to put you as close to your interests as possible. And as I mentioned, we have so many different areas, and all are really a great experience, no matter the department you're in. And one of the fantastic things about SBIF is because of all of the departments, we all work so closely together. There's a lot of overlap between all departments. So if for in education, I'm working with ticketing, I'm working with programming, production. There's so much overlap with all of our departments. So you'll get a little taste of each department, no matter what department you're in, because there's overlap, which is a really great learning experience. Let's see. That's a little bit about our just general departments, and I'll tell you more specifics about some of the areas that we will have internship positions open in. So programming is one area, development, education, marketing, special events, live event production, hospitality, VIP concierge, ticketing, public relations, and volunteer management. And I will go into some of the specifics here. So the programming department is a huge department. Right now, they're already underway, and we have placed some interns in the department as well, but I'm still looking to fill a few positions. But the programming department screens and selects all of the films that will play in the festival, so about 200 films. And we have somewhere close to about, I think, 5,000 submissions. That's what we had last year. So thousands and thousands of films that our team of programmers are going through, working with filmmakers. They're creating a grid, having to figure out, filmmakers' availability. So there's so much prep work and detail that goes into scheduling the films, working with the filmmakers, getting their material so that we can promote the films on our end in our program guide. There's so much that goes into the actual programming of the films into the festivals. A lot of those film screenings will be followed by Q&As. So there's a lot of scheduling, putting together the program guide, and that's a lot of what programming is working on now. Our development department is responsible for all of the grants, sponsorships, donations that help make the festival happen. So that might be working with, in the past, we've had companies like UGG, Toyota. There's so many different companies that we get involved with and that help the festival come to life. So the development department is helping keep track of sponsors, going from venue to venue, helping our team look for potential sponsors, donors, keep track of all that. And it's a really great way if you're interested, in working in development and other nonprofits. It's a great way to learn about the world of development. We also have internships in education, which is the department I oversee. So, and our internship program is within our education department. And, as I mentioned, we have about 70 interns during the festival, and we have a lot of interns who help us year round as well. In the summer, in spring, fall, we have internship opportunities year round. But during the festival and in the months leading up to, there's so much going on that we really need a huge team to help make everything happen. So for education, during the festival, we have a number of different programs that take place. One is Mike's Field Trip to the Movies, which hosts 4,000 4th through 6th grade elementary school students. We bring them to the Arlington Theater for 2 separate film screenings, so about 1,500 to 2,000 students at each screening of an animated film. And we will bring the director of the film, sometimes the writers, producers, and they will stay for a Q&A after the film. So the education department is in charge of putting together the study guides, doing the outreach, securing all the busing for the schools. It's a lot of event and program management, as well as, if we have a national film studies program, which comes during the festival. So helping me with scheduling for our film studies students. We have a lot of different events that happen during the festival. So the education department is kind of a mixture of program and event management. We also have the marketing department, and they are, working on all of the ads and emails. They're live streaming during the festival. So if you have an interest in social media, photography, covering events, writing about films, marketing is a really great way to dive into that from the film festival perspective and get to, go to the red carpet events, go to the film screenings, and just capture all of those moments. So that's a really great experience as well. We also have internships available in our special events department. In addition to all the film screenings and tributes, we also have panel luncheons, breakfast, opening night gala, closing night party, studio parties, tribute lounges, so many different events for filmmakers who are coming in, as well as pass holders. So if you have an interest in event management, event curation, special events, you really see everything from the organizing of the furniture that needs to come in, and working with local businesses, restaurants, vendors, making sure, that each venue is ready to go for each event. And there's so many different, probably, gosh, maybe 75 events that happen during the festival, including all those luncheons, tribute lounges. So there's so much. That's a great experience if you're interested in event management. We also have live event production. So if you've ever been or heard of any of our tribute events, which is where we honor, I showed some photos earlier, Mark Ruffalo and our Virtuosos panel, all of those tributes that take place at the Arlington Theater. Those are all run by our production manager, who has a team of production interns, as well as a production team that we've had at the festival for many years. So that's the physical setup of the events, from breakdown of the street, or the closing street, actual street closures, to setting up the red carpet, getting the step and repeat ready that runs down the red carpet, and then actually, as the event is running, working backstage, making sure people getting into the lobby. So from pre-event to post-event. So it's a great experience to get to help set up an event, the actual execution while the events, panels, tributes. We work with, Education works with production on Mike's Field Trip to the Movies, where we're getting in 2,000 kids in, an hour into the theater, and then out of the theater at the end. So it's quite a logistical puzzle and production. So it's a great experience if you're interested in PA work or production work, working on film sets. Working in the live event production department is a great experience, because you're actually doing everything from setup to breakdown. And they have some very specific schedule requirements, like I mentioned earlier, really needing help from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. during the weeks for those street closures, all the way to those tribute events. I'll talk a little bit about our hospitality and VIP concierge. As you've heard me say, we have about 200 films in the festival. So most of those films, the actual filmmakers and many of their crews will come during the festival. So our hospitality department is handling all of the accommodations. They're making sure that the filmmakers are checked in when they arrive to the festival, answering questions throughout. We have a check-in desk at our education center downtown, which is our festival hub. So our hospitality, our ticketing, PR, everybody is stationed here across from the Arlington during the festival, and it's our check-in. It's a great experience to get, if you're interested in hospitality, getting to work with a lot of filmmakers and guests, and helping everyone get oriented into the festival. VIP concierge, we have a lot of different pass holders and attendees during the festival, and many of them, will need seat reservations. There's so much, we're running from venue to venue to make sure that pass holders are getting in, helping, also with a lot of events that we have, like the happy hours, panel luncheons, helping make sure that all of our pass holders are taken care of. And a few of our other departments are ticketing and public relations, our PR department. So our ticketing department is also stationed at the education center, and it's a lot of customer service. So helping guests as well as hospitality get oriented into the festival, helping organize all the ticket packages that need to be picked up, passes, helping our ticketing team get ready so that people can attend the festival. It really is a big puzzle, and without ticketing, and that's really, ticketing is the first step into the festival, making sure everybody has access, getting everything organized so everything can be picked up and that people can attend the festival. Our PR department, we have so many, filmmakers, as I mentioned. We also have so many members of the press who attend the festival and help promote, are taking, doing interviews on the red carpet. We have a lot of media outlets that are there. So that's helping, on our red carpet, working with other press, and there's so much, our marketing and social media department. So there's a lot of overlap with other departments, but if you're interested in PR and communication, that is a really great area to explore. And last but not least, our volunteer management. So as I mentioned, we'll have anywhere from 5, 6, I think even in the past, we've had about 700 volunteers, depends on the year, but typically between 500 and 700 volunteers who help us make the festival happen, and without which we would not have a festival without our wonderful volunteers, as well as our wonderful interns. So that department is helping organize. We have so many different shifts, whether that's volunteers helping, with heavy lifting, setting up a tribute, or helping count people as they're entering theaters or checking passes, checking tickets. There's so many different areas where our volunteers help throughout the festival. So that is a huge management area of management. So also just documenting the volunteers during the festival. That's something really fun that the volunteer management interns get to help with, is we want to document the volunteers' experience during the festival. So taking pictures of everyone at their different shifts, getting interviews, and doing a volunteer thank you video that we share at the end of the festival. So it's a lot of coordination, again, with a lot of planning and checking in at venues and helping make sure that all shifts are covered. And yeah, so that's a little bit about our departments. As an intern, you are given an intern pass. So we really encourage you, when you're not assigned to a shift or working in your department, we want you to enjoy the festival. We want you to see as many films as you can. It's such a great film education to watch as many different movies as you can. And we have so many different categories, films from all over the world. So it's a great experience to get to hear about how films were made. And again, see how a nonprofit runs, how a festival runs. It's just a great experience to learn about the world of film. So we encourage you to go to films and tributes when you're not helping your department. Let's see. So all of our information, our application, more information about our specific departments, everything is located on the SBIFF website, which is sbiff.org. SB as in Santa Barbara, IFF as in International Film Festival.org. But if you have any specific questions, and I think we're going to have some questions afterwards, Christina mentioned, but please feel free to reach out to me. I'm organizing all of the interviews. So you'll be hearing from me if you apply, or if you just have questions, please feel free to reach out. My email is just my first name, Claire, CLAIRE @spiff.org. So please feel free to reach out. But we really hope that you either attend the festival, or if we'd love to have you as interns. It's a really special time, and it's a great organization, and it's a really fantastic way to learn about the film world and film festivals. And we hope to see you there. Thanks so much.